NFL 24. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Packers and the Dolphins. Next on Madden Football.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Once more, here's Eckler. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 61 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Goff's throw going to be caught by Davis. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Those defense for the Packers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Eckler, they run left side. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. You look at this Packers defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it doesn't...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Ed Oliver make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling Eckler.
Under pressure, and they get to him again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game.
first and 10. It's Levis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to go on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Off the play fake, Levis. Short one there, caught by Likely. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Levis. This is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of them may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
On first and 10, Goff. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. You look at this Packers defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Booker on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing on third. Goff. Pass complete to Addison. That almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. They go with Booker up the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
A 2nd down carry for Booker. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
57 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to Booker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 17-yard line.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle with Booker. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run with Booker. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Booker going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
They did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run it. This is Booker. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to go. It's Booker. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
A final shot before break here. Goff throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. Jordan Love has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Desmond Ridder leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Running again, and again it's Booker. And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Oh, what a move. 124 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Here's Levis. Touchdown, Packers. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Goff. He'll get this to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. First and 10.
Up the middle with Eckler. Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Goff. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That'll give him 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Then into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Miami set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Goff now looking to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Pete Werner gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. To throw on second down is Goff. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Hey, Shell!
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Holding. Offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he will have a Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 7 on 4th and 4.
Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Goff throwing again. A short one there to Freiermuth. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now Goff. He's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Eckler is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Eckler again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise...
And this time he is in. Austin Eckler with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Aubrey Good with a penalty. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So Still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They find some open field here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On first, again, they go with Bunker. But now he appears to be in some pain. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
But Packers' kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays that send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover,